Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy February 4th. It is Tuesday, I think. So we are hard at work over here already. It's 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. So we're rolling. Been working for a minute. Let me show you where we're at. So Big Ron's over here oiling up the door hinge, working on that for the 58 Apache. We just pressed out the bushings, a bunch of bushings. This one here, this is the hub that goes here. So once I press in the new urethane bushing, I can totally assemble this side and get the wheel back on and get that done. Get everything torqued. Over here at the paint factory, we've got these bushings are out on the upper control arm. I still have, this is the one bushing I have left to do. The paint's just drying. We got the lower control arm bushings out. I'm getting ready to paint this. I just painted the caliper bracket. And yeah, so we're looking pretty good, guys. Looking pretty good. So realistically, in the next hour, I'll be able to assemble that control arm, this one, this hub, and hopefully this in the next hour or two, depending on paint drying. And start doing some things here. Now, something I do have to do still that's going to take a second. I got to paint this. I got to wash up in here and then undercoat it. And I still got to paint that caliper. But, you know, not the end of the world, just something we got to do. So we're going to get on that. And then I still have, I got to paint this axle here, assemble the strut. The old one, I got to get that spring off and get it painted. So on and so forth. So there's things, but we're making progress. So anyway, that's where we're at there. There's your daily Volkswagen thing content. She is for sale. If you're interested in her, just give me a buzz. Hit me up in a message or email me at brownsrodandcustom@gmail.com and we can talk. But otherwise, guys, today is going to be a big push on the Apache, on the floor, and this lower cab, front cab mount and rocker and all that, trying to just get this in a whirl. So yeah, so we're getting somewhere. So stay tuned for all of this. Tomorrow, I've got a dentist appointment in the morning, and Ron's got some running to do, so I'm not sure how much is going to happen tomorrow. Being I'll be pretty much drugged up and loopy for a little bit, but gonna try today to get this side on and get the other side as close as I can, so that we're really moving in a direction. Wanting Thursday to go get that floor section made for the Apache, that back floor piece, and also go to the Chevelle guy's house if he's available and pick up our hood and our trunk hinge and rod assembly for the 65 Chevelle SS, and take that over to my house in Zephyr Hills and get that on the car over there. So a whole lot of stuff coming, guys, so stay tuned. We'll be back in a little bit. Hey guys, okay, so me and Ron were talking here. We wanted to kind of go over something with you guys for those of you that are wondering how we did this and some of the particulars of how we got some of these certain patch panels on and whatnot. So this is vague, but it's going to be some of the information that you need to do this, okay? So here we go. Big Ron's going to explain to you. We're going to start right here and then work our way to this one, and then we'll go here, and then we'll just kind of work our way back, all right?
Okay. What I originally took off the door, I took a measurement from this bolt hole to this bolt hole, center to center, to know exactly where I was at.
The bottom hinge bolt to the top hinge bolt, right?
Yeah, just the reference line to know that it's exactly where it's supposed to be.
And you did that before you cut this off
Right.
and installed a new one.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I cut this out, and what I did after that was put on this plate here, this patch panel, this back patch panel. It's not all the way in, but it's close enough for now. And this actually is the bolt that goes to the back of the hinge. So once I bolted this hinge in and put it all together, it all fit up pretty good. Now there is an inner panel. Do not put that in until you're done, because
He's talking about this panel. Okay.
this slides in there, because you won't have any access to all your other stuff.
Basically, it'll just screw you, so don't do that.
And so I got this to where I wanted it. Then I went ahead and I cut out the floor. And when I cut out the floor, I was very generous.
Floor or rocker? You did the rocker first, right?
Yeah, but I could go either way here. With the step, you need to get that out, drill out all your spot welds. And this piece here's got a 90 on the bottom, so that tells you where your front of your step's going to be. Now, back here, hopefully you got something left back here. Depends on the quality of your truck. But I was sort of generous, and I cut through that old one and left me a 90 there. Even though some of that will go away, then I knew exactly where this step went. It slides right down on the 90 that was on the original back of the truck, and it's on the new piece. Once I did that, I had to jack this up to get this floor. This floor is actually just sitting here, but you can tell from the video it's pretty close. This stuff will just get pop riveted in. This gets a piece made, gets spot welded here. But on this piece, what I did, once you put your bolt through the frame, through this top piece and through the frame, it kind of tells you where you need to be. And you kind of just jack up your cab like we did until you get everything to line up. And you'll see, like right over here, that it's pretty damn close. Little tight in the corner there, but I expected that because I got a rot and I think it's moved a little bit. But my lines right here, even on a panel like this, they're pretty close. So I think I'm pretty close. Now what I'll do now is, I know I need, the only way, without laying under the truck, I'll run some self-tappers here.
On that cab mount, right?
Yeah, up here, because I'm going to weld on this anyway. I can weld that back. This all gets covered.
And what that'll do is that'll hold the cab mount to the bottom of the floor so that it doesn't move, so that every time we take it on and off, it's in the right place.
Yeah, and then I can take that out, spin it over, and weld it up good, and then put it back on. That way it always gives me the same alignment, and I'm not chasing myself. In here, this mount, I'll just tap that down with a hammer and dolly and get it where it needs to be. But I'm really, really close. If this bolt fits, and this one's right here, and it lines up with your center, looks good, your cover, you're pretty close. So that's where we're at so far. And we're just kind of going through this. Once I get this on, I will not bolt this on or weld this on until I get these other patch panels in. It'll just be in my way. But I'll at least have all this stuff, the floor in, this front all secured, and all this. And it'll be screwed in with self-tappers, but so it doesn't move on me, but I can take it in and out, so I've got some access. I'm not screwing myself here. And some of this might need to be, I I got to stick the door back on, and it'll go on and off probably another half a dozen times before I'm happy that everything lines up. And that's it.
Cool.
So,
Thank you, Big Ron.
all right.
So hopefully that helps some of you guys. Just gives you an idea of what we're doing and how we're doing it, and some things to look out for that we've run into. So start on the lower hinge pocket if that's what you need to do. If you need that, that would be a good starting point.
And work towards the back.
Work towards the back. There you go, guys. Stay tuned. More to come.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Brown's Rock and Custom. Wanted to go in depth with you guys on how we do the lower cab mount, the front cab mount on the 58 Apache on the passenger side. And it's rinse and repeat onto the driver's side. But let's check this out.
So you got the floor here. This is the floor patch panel, and then this is the actual lower cab mount. Okay, as you can see, there's a hole. You can see right through it. That's your cab mount. Now that sits on here, and that cab mount goes right here. Okay, so all of this kind of has to work, right, in conjunction with each other, or it doesn't work. So basically what Ron did is bolted it in, got it fitting where he wanted it, and then drilled some holes and some self-tapping screws through it, and got it to where he can take this panel off and on repeatedly, and it fits perfect every time. So that's where he's at there. Now you guys can see we've got the Hobart welder getting ready to fire up here. Ron's going to go ahead and basically weld this up. So
It's way easier to plan.
yeah, this is basically way easier than laying on your back under the truck. So what he's going to do is he's going to weld along here, this other side over here, there, and just get it to where it's not going anywhere. And then once that's all welded up, he'll pull the self-tappers out and then weld those holes up. And then this panel should be pretty close to being able to go in the truck. Once we grind down some things and do some prep work in there. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you guys, just so you guys had an idea of how to put a lower cab mount in. It's really all about bolting it in, making it fit, then putting the floor on it, making sure all that fits, and then doing it kind of, well, this is how we do it. I'm sure there's 100 ways to do it. This is how we're doing it, and it's worked really well for us on the other side. So stay tuned, guys. Whole lot more coming. Hopefully here in a little bit we'll have some floor going in for you. Stay tuned. good.
I think so too.
So now what are we doing next with it?
I've already made my mark around here. I'm going to take the right angle and grind this all down to bare metal, and then put weldable primer on it, and put it back in. And then
start welding it in?
Yeah, I'll use self tappers to make sure it stays. All my lines, as you can see, look really good. I've test fitted the middle. It fits great. So now I just got to clean everything up. But I know that the mount's where it needs to be. So I can pull it out and do my cleanup.
I like it. Hey guys, we're back. I can't actually believe that I'm saying this, but the brakes and suspension and bushings and all the things on the Miata are done. So I'm getting ready to put this wheel on. Adding, here's what she looks like. Everything's in, tight, all new everything. I'm gonna wipe the grease off the brake caliper. It was all over my hands. And yeah, get this thing on the ground and see, maybe take it for a ride. I don't know, see what happens there. So stay tuned, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Okay, so a whole lot got done today. We filmed a little bit, but it was more nose to the ground, just work, right? So we'll start with the Apache, then we'll get onto the Miata. Miata is on all four paws, which is exciting, and we'll get into that here in a second. And but check this out. So Big Ron, as you guys have seen throughout this video, has been working on the floor and the cab mount and all the things. So right now, this is what the floor looks like. Get this out of the way. That's what the floor looks like. It's pretty good, really. Pretty excited about that. He has it all self-tappered, screwed in, ready to weld in. So I would assume tomorrow's pretty much going to be an off day. I would imagine Ron's got a bunch of stuff. I'm going to the dentist. They're doing all kinds of work. I'm going to be drugged up. So I'm probably not going to be doing much tomorrow. But yeah, Thursday is going to be a big day for us, guys. So stay tuned for that. There'll be some Chevelle content, Apache, yeah, all kinds of stuff. So anywho's, this is where we're at here. This is all ready to get welded up. And then we can start on the cab corner, inner and outer. And then Thursday we'll also get this rear piece of metal made and get it to where we can get that in by the end of the weekend, hopefully. So hopefully, with any luck, we'll get most of this welded up, and you know, we'll be looking real pretty here shortly. Now, a couple things that are going to get purchased probably this week. That patch panel there that goes across there, we're going to get that. And we're also going to get the one on the front here because ours is just ate up and missing and all the things. So we're going to get that replaced and so on and so forth. But Apache's starting to look like something. I mean, I remember not very long ago where this was outside looking terrible, looked like tow maker. So really, really happy with where we're at. And now that I've gotten this monster where I'm at now, to this point, I can now start getting in here, sanding down the dash, the firewall, all the things, the doors, get this down and prepping for pour 15 as well as primer, because we want to prime the inside of this shortly. So that's kind of some of the next things coming over the next couple weeks, trying to get this in primer, rough body worked and in primer, and the cab off the frame, so that in March we can start messing with the frame and try to knock as much of that out as we can, money permitting as far as parts, because the frame is going to take the most money, but yeah, we'll get there. All right, let's talk Miata. Miata. So I put the top down for the first time. I fit way better with the top down.
What a fun little car to drive. You know, I drove it for the first time off the trailer, didn't get any feel for the car. It was the first time really driving a Miata. Second time I drove it was when I only did the front suspension, the urethane bushings and shocks and stuff. Felt good. I was happy with it. This time drove it hard with all the suspension, the rear diff, urethane bushings, all the things. This little thing, it just goes. Now, one thing I will tell you, it doesn't have the best tires on it. Now, the tires will give up before the actual car, for sure. I took a big swooping bend we have over here at 50 miles an hour, and I had full control of the car, but the tires started to bark a little bit. And, you know, but the car, if you put a great set of tires on this, honestly, if you put a set of coilovers or lowering springs, a set of sway bars, bigger sway bars, and a good set of tires, like a good sticky set of tires, this thing would be incredible to drive on a back roads. I mean, just, it's a blast. So, really happy with how it turned out. I have no issues with it at the moment. No noises, no nothing. Everything's doing what it's supposed to. Today was a day of just getting the whole rear, the bushings pushed out, painted, the bushings pushed in, strut assembled, you know, brakes assembled, axle, all the things, get it all done, wheel well undercoated, all of those things that have taken us 3 and 4 days, we did in 1 day. And kind of just got it done. So what's next here? What's next is tomorrow nothing. Tomorrow, though, I am going to order the valve cover gasket. Actually, let me show you here. Hold on. Let's pop the old hood here. Show you what we're going to do. Find the thing. There it is. Hold on, guys. Sorry I'm giving you a ride. Okay. Here's what we got. 1.6 liter. I think it's like 90 something horsepower. Just, yeah. But not fast, but fun still, which is crazy. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go to Crowder's and get the screws to finish bolting all of this on, right? Screws for this. We're going to put some coolant in here, some water. We're going to pull the valve cover off. We're going to put a valve cover gasket on it. We're going to put a new PCV valve and gasket in here, okay? We're going to do new plug wires, black, with new spark plugs and a new coil pack, okay? All of that's mostly here. So tomorrow, after my dentist thing, I need to order valve cover gasket, PCV, that kind of stuff. Also, I'm going to do something fun with this valve cover, which we're not going to talk about yet because I don't want Ed to know. And yeah, it should look amazing, should be fun, and all the things. So anyways, guys, my battery's dying. Thanks for watching Brown's Riding Custom. Please like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. Actually, I'll have some stuff for you tomorrow. And we'll talk at you soon. Have a great night. Please like and subscribe to the channel.